And we return as our heroes get off the bus and go into a crowded street. Nora,
Yes.
before you is a positive sea of oranges and grays.
Oranges and grays, huh?
Orange and gray uniforms. It's, far as the eye can see.
If only it were there for something else.
I like to think in this moment, you have to stop yourself from yelling of them walking by without their headgear on. They've taken the beret off.
Oh, that definitely bothers Nora. They are on leave, I guess.
You guess?
She says through gritted teeth.
Oh, Nora will look for wherever she's supposed to go next, and whatever this is.
You're looking for somewhere to eat. And this is downtown, so probably a bar.
Walk around and look for a bar. Shouldn't be that hard.
Famous last words.
Side. Where's the bar?
As you're walking along, Emet,
Yeah.
you sort of let Courage and Nora into the lead. And Emin sort of lightly taps you with her shoulder. I thought you said she wasn't gonna be here.
I thought she wasn't. I thought she was going to spend the entire day, I don't know, running around the colony. Like, we've just got to hope she doesn't, I don't know, blow a gasket about something. At that, sort of, Emmett looks over to wherever Banker is.
If you manage to catch a glimpse of his face, he has this sort of glassy-eyed look of the world being, dead to him.
Yeah, he's doing great too, it looks like.
I do imagine, because this is an anime, the animation style changes, and it's sort of like blank-faced Saitama.
Yeah.
It's that level of tonal shift. Jeanne.
Yes.
I don't think you've ever been to a concert before.
No. No, she is not.
Have you ever seen a street this packed outside of a protest before?
Nope.
It is kind of
But,
weird.
It's also sort of comforting, that people can gather for something that isn't rioting and yelling and screaming.
Yeah, there's no cops to throw stuff at you.
There's no cops to throw stuff at you. There's no fire trucks hosing down protesters with pressurized water. There's no walker frames, using riot gear, and using a special sticky residue to subdue rioters for arrest and then trial. So, all things considered, this is a good change of pace.
What about you, Jamie? Have you ever been to a concert before?
Um, yeah, he's probably been dragged along to one before, but he's not a particularly like keen music head, so not very often, and never really cared for them before.
Oh, when was the last time?
Probably before he shipped out to Academy, something like that.
Oh, it's been over half a decade then.
Yeah, he probably got dragged along by like a group of friends in high school rather than ever choosing to go by himself.
What about you, Captain Callaghan?
She was married then.
Oh.
That's the only reason why she went.
What was it for? And
She was asked.
please don't hit me with your ex-husband was a super big L pop head or something. Out of the blue.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Yep. That creates for a fun memory.
Nora,
Mm-hmm.
as lead scout, you have a problem to report to the rest of the group.
Oh. Why is Nora lead scout? Unfortunate. What is the problem that she has to report?
All the bars you pass by are jam fucking packed.
Oh.
So,
Unforgivable.
you're at a crossroads. You have two decisions ahead of you. You can go into one of these places, spends who knows how long just standing to get a table. And then when you get a table, spending who knows how long waiting for your order to go through. Or you can go try to find a food truck.
Nora will go find a food truck.
You find a classic Marcana food truck.
Okay.
Burgers and hot dogs and
Amazing.
fries.
Burger dog.
It's gonna taste like home.
What a great thing for Nora to find. Also, tastes like home. That's something she doesn't need.
Flashback to the barbecue.
Yeah, actually.
Nora's having such a good day, guys.
Such a good day, just to be reminded.
You can thank me later, Nora.
Ugh. Yeah, Nora will thank the mirror that she stares into.
The disassociation mirror.
Yeah, disassociate. Keeps her sane.
Is this what the Jovians are talking about when they say out-of-body experiences? this that religion thing they keep going on and on and on about?
If I stare into the mirror, I'll figure it out.
Nora pondering her orb. Anywho. What do you order, Nora?
A hamburger.
Hamburger.
With mushrooms, preferably.
You can get that. There are stands around selling beer.
Nora will not have alcohol. It's not the incident.
How responsible. Jamie, you're up next. What do you order?
Probably just a burger and fries.
Drink?
Coke. Jamie's the most boring man in the universe, after all.
What's a Coke? What Coke? What's that? Like you're ordering cocaine?
You know what? Nora will have an Arnold Palmer. Oh, what would that be called?
I mean,
Sprunk.
Sprunk?
Oh my god.
How do we
I mean,
Arnold Palmer to Sprunk?
I mean, you would call an Arnold Palmer because it's not like there's the lemonade iced tea, and then there's the mixed drink.
Yeah, well, that is what Arnold Palmer's half and half.
No, it's just I'm doing the I can't believe it's not brand name thing.
I
Yeah.
know. It's just funny to think about it going from Arnold Palmer to Sprung.
It'd be like Arnold Palmer or something
That's
like
what I
that.
mean. Like I'm used to it being like, oh yeah, here's a name that's you can tell what it might be.
A
But
cute.
Sprunk is such a
Actually,
such a jump.
huh? I guess it wasn't nationally known until 1997.
What
Interesting. Well, a lemonade iced tea, like half and half mixed drink.
Huh. The more you know.
That's huh? You learn something new every day.
Yeah, interesting.
Jeanne, what do you order?
Burger and fries, I guess. I mean, what else is there on the menu?
Philly cheesesteak? Italian beef? Chili dog? Hot dog?
You know, a Philly cheesesteak purely because of that fucking Jack in the Box commercial.
Slice of pizza?
Yeah, I'll have a Philly. She'll have a Philly.
John is about to eat a Philadelphian.
Yep. Oh, she's gonna eat a whole Philadelphian, bro. All Philadelphian. She got them shipped straight from Earth. It cost about a quarter. It cost about 2% of Philippe's family fortune to get them over here. And by 2%, I mean 0.2%. But yeah, she's gonna have a Philly cheesesteak and a cola. A nice, delicious cola.
The bottle is red, but we can't say for sure what that means.
It's a cuke.
Not yeah,
Cuke cola.
Sprite is the Sprung.
A sprunken cuke. Anyway, a Popsy? I hate this bit is so stupid. I love it. And anyways, Emet, you're up.
So, the actual thing he might be looking for is like, if there's any kind, because I figure there's probably not any shot of there being a kosher food truck around here. But halal food might be close.
You can try finding something Jovian.
Like, if he can't find anything like that, he'll just get a hamburger without cheese, but he's gonna look for if he can find a Jovian food stall or truck or something like that.
You do. Just trying to remember my Arabic food. I think it's
Because like I just don't. I suspect highly that there is not enough of a Jewish minority in any place in the solar system for there to be a conveniently located kosher food stand.
The thing is, you're in luck about Jovag food, Emet, because you have also to deal with Catholic and Islamic food requirements, as well as Orthodox. They just sort of assume you are all of those things at once, just to be safe when you're making Jovian food. So it should be kosher.
Or, at least close enough.
You
You can be forgiven.
You can, bargain with God with that one on your own time.
It's a time-honored tradition. So I would not be surprised if there was, I'm gonna out myself as being totally ignorant, but I think kebab is like a kind of food we might be seeing here.
I was actually thinking of something like falafel. If I'm
That'll
remembering,
do.
if I'm remembering correctly, it's a chickpeas dish.
Yeah, it's breaded chickpea balls that are deep fried until they're crispy.
Yeah, yeah. I've only had it once. I was trying to not confuse it with other things I've had that are Mediterranean.
Now, I'm not personally a fan in real life, but it's more of a Sephardic dish than a Ashkenazi one. But I figure anything that is a deep fried ball of stuff that you dip in sauce is probably going to be mostly palatable to somebody who's had it before. So I think he'll get, one of those little, little like rectangular trapezoidal prism takeout dishes type of thing. Little really thin cardboard stuff.
Okay.
Like just a thing of falafel with a couple of different dipping sauces.
I see.
And I realize now that probably to a Japanese audience, this looks remarkably similar to it's not yakitori, it's takoyaki.
The author trying to explain to a Japanese audience what falafel is.
Imagine takoyaki.
Originally animated as that, and then the
Yeah,
supplemental materials told that it was actually kosher food.
Yeah. So he sort of returns to the rest of the group who has burgers with a little container, a takeout container of what look like essentially brown breaded balls.
You see, Emin, this is normal for you. And everyone else, this should be normal on account of the fact that you've known each other for a bit now.
I don't know if they've got falafel on the ship.
But they do know you have to eat specific things.
Sometimes I even get them.
Ooh, fancy. Emmett, you see Emin destroy her hot dog in like 10 seconds.
Actually, no, he's been around her long enough to know that that's just how she do.
Well, yeah, Nora's hamburger's also just gone after a little bit. Just gone.
Demolished.
How are Jamie and Jeanne doing?
Jeanne is savoring her delicious Philly cheesesteak.
I'm familiar with these eating habits.
And what happened was she asked someone if they could get her a cheesesteak, and they came back and their hair was slicked back and they started talking weird, and it was very frightening.
All right.
Weaver ate his burger, then immediately calculated how many extra minutes to add to his run to make up for it.
You know, your midnight run.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Going for a midnight run in a colony is such an atmospheric thing to do. Like, just imagine that. Wow.
And you know, in this colony, you're not going to get shanked, so.
All right, everybody. It's like we've all got something. Emmett will look down at his watch. How long do we have?
It's about 6 or so.
How long do you all figure it'll take to actually get in?
With this question, we were just going to look to Courage as the only person who apparently knows anything about this type of music and show.
Nora gives you a serious look as soon as possible.
There is no other alternative. We will break in if we have to.
Nora remembers the line.
Nora will remember this. When she's a Telltale Games character.
She will remember the line of the last time she went.
I guess we can eat while we walk.
You actually look over to Courage and Peter at a different table, and it looks like Courage is trying to steal Peter's hot dog after the amount of wrappers in front of her. She's already demolished a hamburger and 2 hot dogs on her own.
Does Peter look like he's had anything yet?
Huh?
Does Peter look like he's actually eaten anything yet, or is he in danger of having his only food stolen out from under him?
He's in danger of having half of his meal stolen out from under him.
Listen, he knew what he was getting into.
The poor bastard. Terrible taste.
Nora just gives Courage a look.
Courage comports herself.
Hey, Peter, you should probably get ready to eat that while we walk. I have it on pretty good authority. We should get a move on.
Oh, he takes his beer and he downs it in one go. Well, where are we going?
Well, apparently it's a good idea for us to get in line as soon as we can. So,
Courage, crooks her elbow in one hand and uses the other on her to rest it on her chin, and she just like sagely nods. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes.
What?
So yeah, that's a character.
I'm not sure what you mean by that exactly.
Don't worry about it.
let's. I think that Emmett will pull out a little folded up map of the city. I think we're not too far. Looks like it's that way. And he's sort of gonna gesture in the direction that he believes the group should start heading.
Well, what are we waiting for?
And I guess we get on our way.
Mm-hmm. Jeanne, Jamie, Emmett, Peter looked kind of happy earlier. But the glassy look is now back that you're walking towards the concert.
Okay.
It would
It's
just
totally
get
apparent.
concerned as he sees like Banker looking more and more like he's being sent off to war. It's like, how bad of an
Actually,
experience is this going to be? He would have preferred war.
no, actually, the thing is, it's not like he actually looks worse. You've Jamie, because you've seen him being sent off to war before. You do that all the time.
He would rather be sent off. He would rather be at the first wave of the red assault on Baker's Point than be here right now.
We like all our characters know how he feels about courage, right?
It's like blindingly obvious. There's only one person aboard the Greg Maze who doesn't. Really two,
One of them is courage.
and the other one is Peter.
Just both living deep in denial.
You see, courage is dense, and Peter is in denial.
I think that Emmett is going to sort of, walk, sort of like either speed up or slow his pace to get over beside Peter. You doing all right, man?
Then you see courage next to Peter say, "Come on, even the captain's doing better than you."
Is she?
Smash cut to Nora's face, which is
Hold on, repeat that again. I missed that last part.
Courage basically said, "Peter, why are you looking so dead? Even the captain's doing better than you." Then the camera cuts to you.
Nora has like a blank face, but she's like hyper focused on. I just need to get this over.
Peter says, "I just need to get this over with."
This close to dissociating. Don't worry about it.
Oh, was that Captain?
What?
You all turn to Nora, who just muttered something to herself.
Well,
Nothing.
look at it this way, man. Courage is excited to be here, so, you can at least try to have a good time. Not if we're going to get this kind of chance again.
I guess.
Even if, you're not a fan of the music, at least the light show's probably going to be pretty, right?
Just hope they don't burn anything down.
It'll be fine. Try to loosen up. He's going to sort of give him a pat on the shoulder and then sort of fall back to elsewhere in the cluster of people.
Emet,
Yeah.
you see Emet turn you and says, "Hey, dipshit."
What's up? What?
What was that? What was that, Swappy?
Dog noises.
Neighborhood
Barking.
There's a dog in the distance. Sorry, I didn't catch that. There, the dog.
Ah. Yeah, Emet, can you make a promise to me?
Sure.
Just sort of after, you walk forward a little bit more so they can't be heard over the crowd. She sort of points back. Just promise me it would never end up like that. Pointing back towards Peter and Courage.
I don't think either of us is quite oblivious enough for that to happen.
Didn't you trip over trying to jump a ladder today, or what was that at the end? A railing on the first floor. You failed to jump
First,
a rail.
first of all, I forgot we were in gravity again. Second of all, fine. You're not oblivious enough for that to happen.
Anyways,
I concede that perhaps I am a tad unobservant or forgetful.
another glorious Botto Nance victory.
Yeah, take them where you can get them.
Yeah, it's just really painful watching those two. Is this what my grandma feels like when she's watching her soaps?
I feel like they can't be that bad, right? The soaps, I mean.
I was about to have her turn around to look at the two of them.
Well, they'll realize eventually. Probably.
Not if one of them
Hopefully.
gets shot or something.
You see, it's that cheery attitude why everybody likes you.
Well, someone has to take the world as it is.
Yeah, well. If that happens, it happens. There's no use thinking about it. Maybe there'll be a happy ending for once in this whole thing.
Well, maybe not for us. Things are looking. We'll be lucky if we even get out of the ring hangs as free men.
Well, I guess, yeah. You know what? I'm not going to think about that right now. There's a show, and we're going to see it, and for a little bit, there's no war. How about that?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Camera pan up to the concert venue, I guess.
It is like one of those open air type situations. I don't really know how to describe it. I don't understand.
Is it like is it round or square or geometric or
more round? It is, however, massive, like comically so.
And what is the experience of it like when we start to try to get inside?
The lines are long and the scalpers are many. You know, if one of you were to ask, Courage would say that a lot of these soldiers are here specifically so they can resell all this shit.
That gets kind of a look of disgust. You know, I wouldn't mind it so much if they were at least reselling something, I don't know, useful, I guess. but like, I don't know. Just it's a little bit different.
You come to a pair of seats that are currently open and unoccupied. And you all sit down. Jamie, we haven't heard from you in a little bit. What do you think about the venue?
Doesn't really have any strong feels. It's noisy. It's loud. There's a ton of people. I get. I guess he runs on the logic of, well, that probably means it's pretty good, right? If it's popular, it must be popular for a reason.
Surely.
Again, the like little bit he listened to like back on the ship didn't really. It was okay. It was catchy, I guess, but he didn't really see the appeal. But now he's seeing like these presumably enormous crowds. It's like, well, like maybe the live show is something different.
Jamie about to be hit with the full maximal entertainment experience.
What
Seems
about
about
Nora?
Oh, was that Mecha?
What about Nora?
Actually, on that subject, Nora, you see Courage leave to go to the bathroom, leaving you next to Peter, Elaine, Mora.
Nora's immediate thought is, maybe I should go to the restroom.
And as soon as Courage leaves, he goes to rub his eyes.
Problem, she says, looking over to him.
It's just all of this.
Right. Corporate drivel.
I think that's the first thing you and I agree on, ma'am.
I wouldn't worry about that. She thinks for a moment. First time
First time what, ma'am?
to one of these.
Yes, actually.
Well, at least you're going with somebody you know.
Well, do we count restaurant concerts?
I haven't been keeping count.
Because I've listened to live music at a restaurant before.
What kind?
I think it was blues.
Classical?
No, actually, it was old wartime.
I see. I tend to keep to the classics.
Well, I can't speak English, unlike you.
Much of it doesn't require it. Some of it isn't even in English.
Well, what else would it be in?
It's just the sounds of the instruments.
Never really had much talent for something like that.
Playing music?
Well, really anything that doesn't involve numbers.
Neither have I. All my talents have kept to war. And I'll keep it that way.
Beats sweating it out in a factory or worse, a suit.
I could say the same.
Then you all see the lights dim.
It's starting, and all the light glow sticks.
And
Nothing all the sticks.
and the screaming starts.
Yeah, yeah.
Insert fangirl.pm3. MP3, my bad. What's PM3? Project Moon 3?
Yeah.
Anyways. Is Jamie.
Yes.
The lights have gone completely dark. And then a single spotlight opens up on the floor. And then a few more is, on the backdrop of a curtain. They sort of like do the whole searching thing along the surface area of this massive, massive curtain. Before the speakers pick up the sound of running, and suddenly all the lights go out, the curtains are drawn open, and you see this girl in sort of a fluffy short dress run out as the crowd is losing it, with every step down the aisle on the stage. A firework next to her, flanking both sides, goes off.
Oh.
And she runs up all the way to the end and yells, "Are you ready?"
And the crowd goes wild.
That they do.
John just kind of claps her hands together as a show of, I guess, support.
They're clapping along, swept up by the crowd. Looks strange if not.
I think that Emmett sort of like looks back and forth between them, like, okay, they're clapping. I guess I'll clap too.
And the first song up is extremely high energy. Jamie.
Yep.
How you taking it? As you're getting it. The sound is fast. It's loud. The colors are bright. You see Micah Mitchells who's running across the stage, full tilt.
I think he's probably kind of getting swept up in the energy of it all. It seems like the crowd is like losing their minds for this, and this is extremely highly produced, like very professional show. So he's enjoying it so far. Like, quite a bit.
You know,
It's just it has his rapt attention, like he's not paying attention to anything else going on around him.
Jeanne, Emet, you see Jamie getting completely lost in the sauce.
Well, it seems Lieutenant Weaver is enjoying it, she says, but with a very loud voice, because it's very friggin' loud at the moment.
Well, you know what? At least that makes one person that we know is going to walk away from this satisfied.
It's still very impressive, don't you think?
She's definitely good.
I think once you see her in action, you can feel her passion. Even if what Baker says is true about them writing the songs for her. Though, it would probably be a lot even more exciting if she sang from her heart.
You see Courage turn over to you, Jean, and say, hey, Peter's wrong. No amount of studio magic can make that happen out on the stage.
It's hard not to get impressed.
Jean fucking dies.
Space flu got her.
The space plague?
Yeah. Micah Mitchells fucking found fucking gets infected by space disease by a random fucking Earth sphere soldier.
Anyways, you know, the concert gets going, and this is supposed to be a 2-hour affair. I imagine everyone's enjoying themselves, barring Nora and Banker. Unless Nora...
I'm actually
Yeah?
super curious to know how Nora is doing throughout the first bit of this concert. Because it is a good performance, objectively.
Micah Mitchells is objectively a talented singer.
Nora is she can recognize this, but she is it's reminding her of things and she's like essentially zoned out. She's out of it. She's watching, but she's out of it.
I think, like, is this visible to anybody?
I don't know. Is it? Nora, I'd like you to roll me, let's see, calm and composure versus anyone who likes to attack and to discern her keen empathy.
Keen empathy. Gotcha. I'm rocking 3 successes here.
That is 6 successes.
Sean, Jamie, any attempts or you?
I will.
What's the roll? I
Keen
didn't
empathy.
hear what.
Check on Nora.
Sure.
You gotta beat Nora's 6 successes, but you know there's nothing to stop you from chiming.
Nope, that's not a success. So I'm gonna mark her empathy.
Yeah, fail by 2 here.
Got halfway there with 3 successes, but no cigar.
You can
Even
stonewall.
Pat would argue for an extra penalty on Weaver to notice anything that's going on.
Weaver is totally engrossed.
Yeah, and everyone else's eyes, Nora's probably just staring forward at what's going on.
Well, she seems all right. He sort of says under his breath to himself.
For those, however, who exist beyond the meta fictional place that is the story, for the sake of the audience, Nora, how do you feel?
Nora's entirely just thinking about man, she really she's really thinking about the time that she went with the person she was married to, and a little bit of regrets.
Oh,
Had a bit of disagreements regarding the war.
of what nature? Is personal or political?
Personal.
I see.
They weren't thinking of it. They weren't thinking of it as a career. She was thinking of it as a lifetime.
I bet this hurts real bad.
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little bit
You
of
know?
agony.
That's true. She was asked to come over here after all.
The set list, progresses throughout the day, really the evening. And about 50 minutes in, you see Micah Mitchells stop, say, she takes a few breaths and then goes, for this next one, I'd like to bring us back to the very, very beginning of our journey, where this all started. And then you see, the lighting change yet again, and Emet, it is her debut song, titled "To You Alone." And I believe, Emet, you mentioned you had a particular relationship with this one.
This is a song that Emet used to hear played over and over again, but hasn't for about 3 years. I'm going to roll a calm composure check that I'm going to fail.
What was that, Swappy?
That was me emulating Emet. You're welcome.
What? No! That's
He
a
got a
success!
Oh my
What'd you roll?
god.
I rolled 4. My target for calm composure is 4.
Wait. I probably should have thrown the negative modifier on that, but you've already rolled.
You know what? A negative modifier, I think, is fairly appropriate here, given the context.
Yeah, just -1. It doesn't really matter how negative it is.
Yeah. And as the song begins to sort of kick off and start making its way through the playtime of the song, it takes like 20 or 30 seconds for realization to dawn on him and on his face. And another 30 for him to yeah. Sorry, I'm just like absorbing into my person how heavy this is. I think he's gonna like try to get up from his seat.
As you try to go, oh, Emin's gonna ask you, "You okay?"
Yeah. I just need a breath. I need some fresh air. I I can roll a deception or whatever if you want, but I don't feel like
You just said
he'll succeed.
sure thing.
And I think he's gonna make his way towards like I imagine like that there's like there's the you get into the venue and then like you go through some doors and then there's like the concourse and the place where you buy refreshments and all that kind of thing, and then another set of doors, and then you get into the actual seating area, right? And what I imagine that he's going to the first set, so like still within the venue, but just outside of the place where everybody's sitting.
Okay.
And that's where he's heading until the camera comes back to him, I think. Before the camera leaves him, I think that we see him pull out a little music player. Not his usual one.
Oh.
And start thumbing through the list of songs.
Eventually you find it.
You know what? For dramatic effect and with artistic license, I think that he will like start playing the same song and like fast forward it to where it is in the actual performance and then just let it play out.
I see.
The music player this is being played on is, I think, like, his normal one is probably a sort of a pale blue, and this one is white with an acrylic pink stripe diagonally up it.
Why you dash?
And, the song comes to its conclusion, Emet.
Yeah. I think he's going to stay out here for a little bit before he comes back in, if you want to take the camera to somebody else.
I see. The concert sort of keeps going. And eventually it's starting to wind down, some slower songs near the end. And, Emet still hasn't returned. And Jamie, what you do notice, however, is during this concert, the GIs around you are increasingly drunker and drunker.
That's not good.
And they've got to be bad for him to notice at this point.
I can only imagine the things Nora is thinking about. But, it comes to the last song. And Emet, as you're walking up to return to the group, you notice closer to the stage, the GIs are starting to get a little riotous.
Riotous as in loud and rowdy, or riotous as in dangerous?
It looks like they're starting to push the security guards out from the perimeter.
These beasts do not understand etiquette.
I think Emmett's gonna go over to Nora and sort of try to tap her on the shoulder real quick. Hey, Captain?
Yes.
Looks like there's some trouble up at the front.
Nora looks to the trouble. Her face turns a little darker. Undisciplined. She thinks for a moment. We may have
We
to
should
call
do
the
something.
MPs.
Right?
And Nora, as you say that, Jamie, you see on the stage, Micah says, "And for my last song," to which there is suddenly one boo, and then a ever-growing chorus of displeasure with that statement. And the atmosphere at the venue suddenly shifts dramatically.
Oh no.
And these GIs fully jump the fence, collapsing it down, and start rushing the stage.
Jeanne is gonna fucking snap
Yeah.
out of her pleasant listening words.
I think that might be our cue, folks. I think. Is it time for us to go run toward the trouble?
Yes, Jeanne is sprinting towards the trouble.
Yeah.
Actually, the trouble has now become everywhere. As, herd psychology in effect, it has devolved into utter chaos.
Jeanne is
And you
actually
see
going.
the musicians on stage flee into the back.
Are we
Jeanne-
still armed?
No.
Oh, thank
You
God.
think they're gonna give any of you guns at one of these things?
No, I
Are
don't
we
need
carrying our sabers?
guns.
Are we
No.
carrying our sabers?
I don't think they'd let that into a venue either.
Though the mental image is hilarious, that does make sense that we would not have them. I mean, yeah, just swept up in the crush forward, I guess.
Jeanne is going to try making her way to the stage because that's where most of the people are heading towards, and that's there's going to be innocent people in danger, and that Mika lady was seems like a sweet girl, and it's her duty as a soldier to protect people and civilians, and these are GIs. This is as Nora would put it, this is appalling and undisciplined. So she's going to rush the stage, kind of trying to shove past people as she makes her way up there, kind of yelling behind her of,
I was going to say, we have a courage-shaped battering ram to move through the crowd. I feel we should use that.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
yeah.
fact, Emet is going to look to Courage and say, "Hey, you think you can make us a hole?
In all of this?
I don't know. You're good at everything else."
I can't. I'm not that strong.
Think of it as a red. She's just going to yell. Think of it as a red blockade.
That's a lot of reds.
You're an ace, no?
I'm not a miracle worker.
Then we'll work together.
Nora's definitely gonna start pushing people out of the way to get to the stage.
Yeah.
I'd like
Emet
you to
is going to help
roll
where
me.
he can.
I would like you all to roll me grit, intimidation
Oh, my favorite stat that I haven't been using.
at a
Well,
-3.
My target is a 0. So
Hey,
I
right there
have
with
to roll Snake Eyes. I'm gonna spend a narrative point here, folks. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, guys.
Brings you down.
Why
to
is my-
4.
Why is my TIS sheet saying view only when I'm the fucking owner of this stock? What the fuck?
Huh? Are you signed into the right thing?
Yes, I am. You know, I'll just try switching accounts and then
Maybe
going back in. And
refresh?
Why not?
Oh, I
This
see.
is-
I see it as anonymous. Oh, I just pulled it up. You are anonymous right now on the sheet.
3
that's
successes.
that's weird because I am on my account that made this sheet.
Huh.
Whatever. So grit and intimidation at a -3, so that's gonna be a 2 threshold.
Go Mind, is this a situation where I could use Slight Edge to reroll something?
Yeah. It should. Wait.
All right.
That's in combat, right?
It says in combat.
Well, what is this but a kind of combat?
This is definitely a melee.
In the literal sense.
That's actually a 3. I'm gonna use a narrative point to push it into a success.
Well, that's a lot less bad.
How many failures?
Well, it went from a 6 to a 3,
So 3 failures.
which is three failures for me. I would need to. The only other way this could go is if I got this 2 to a 1 here.
So let's see.
Narrative.
Nora, you got how many again?
3
3?
successes.
Who would like to roll me the tiebreaker?
May I do the honors?
You may.
That's a 1.
And that's a 2 on my end. Somehow, by the skin of your teeth, with a courage-faced shaped battering ram, you barrel your way down to the mosh pit that is as the ground floor of this venue, right next to the stage.
Not courage. Nora is going to look over the situation that once she finally gets up.
Nora is going to what?
Nora's going to look over the situation once she gets up there to see, like, has security been able to manage to get them to stop moving further?
No.
Ah,
Security's
I see.
completely overrun.
There is no security.
I think our best shot might be trying to keep them from getting into the back.
Yeah, that's where Nora is going to head for. She's gonna just say, focus on ensuring they don't get inside.
Yes, ma'am.
Time to make a bolt for the door.
You, Emmett?
That's where we're headed.
You see,
Jeanne too.
you see the both of you. That another group of drunken GIs who have hopped the fence are making a dash towards the back door.
Jeanne is going to look at Emet.
As you know, what it looks like stagehands trying to rush the door as well to get out of this nonsense.
Jeanne is going to look to Emet. And her eyes are going to nod to Emet. Yes, I am but a side character in this. Emet, go win that idol. Go win that idol, girl, man. This is your destiny. And Jeanne is going to pivot off and fucking ram herself into the group of drunken GIs to stop them.
Let it be known, I have made no claims about what's going on here. Nobody knows the context aside from Gomine.
It's your destiny. It's your destiny, Emet. Become the Macross protagonist you were meant to be. Anyway, yes, I would like to ram myself.
Jeanne,
Yes.
please, against these colonial drop infantry, I'd like you to roll me grit athletics or melee.
Grit athletics. What's my melee? I have a better athletics. So that's a 7. That's a 4, so I believe that would be 4 successes in total.
I also got 4 successes.
Roll off.
3.
1.
You win. As you know, you somehow get these two on the floor before they can continue their mad dash.
And, as she forces them on the ground, she's just going to scurry up as quickly as she can. And seeing as they're both so perfectly lined up, she's just gonna fucking elbow drop onto their heads to try and knock them out.
Jeanne with the steel chair?
Yeah, what the John with the still
I mean,
chair?
I'm just gonna ask about that. Is there maybe not a steel chair? Is there anything
Grab
to
a
be
mic stand
try
and
and,
go
like,
to it, my guy.
block these people?
I mean, I was thinking hit them, but yeah, that works too.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like either hit them or like
Don't mind. Is there a steel chair?
get in front of them.
No, but there are instrument stands that are metal and long and you can bash someone with.
John is going to grab the mic stand, gingerly take off the mic and place it on the floor gently, and then turn around and smash these two GIs in the head before taking up a defensive position near the door.
I see.
Has anyone else made it in our group besides me and Emet?
No, you were just the very first. And, everyone else follows behind.
So did we manage to get in front of this group trying to push their way through, or is
Yes. For the sake of simplicity, yes.
okay? Yeah. I think grabbing the mic stands or whatever equipment on stage to use as improvised weapon to try and maybe make it very unpalatable for these drunks to try and push through. Because I don't think I'd want to get clocked with one of these things. It would friggin' hurt.
A lot.
Yeah. If there's more try to push through, I will we will also grab one of these and like yard it at them.
I see, I see. All of you hear over a microphone, like a megaphone. One of the security guards yells, "Disperse immediately! Return to your seats!" As, you know, they're in trying to pierce through the cacophony of sound and screaming and yelling.
Is it working?
No.
This crowd of schmucks trying to push through. I'm assuming that because you mentioned it's like a sea of uniforms. I'm gonna guess it's about Nora's probably the like highest ranking person nearby.
There's a non-insignificant chance.
This Nora cannot.
Nora can what?
Nora cannot be. I guess she is the highest ranking here. Unfortunate.
On this very stage, at this very moment, in a position
Okay.
to do something about it. There might be a major or two out in the stands, and maybe some more captains, but those captains aren't standing where you are right now.
Nora, like as soon as any of them try to approach, like trying to get to basically backstage, Nora is going to immediately like get like hold on to one of them to push them away and possibly like use them to block you from getting it, and just kindly remind them of the amount of essentially court martialing that could happen from them doing this. And try to basically intimidate them down from moving any further.
Okay, then. I'd like you to roll me. Let's see. Not charm, that doesn't make sense. Grit intimidation.
Right? That is 4 successes.
4 successes. You have before you a sea of drunken soldiers. What do you say to them exactly?
Nora's basically giving them a very stern look. Need I remind you
Please
that if you move
enunciate.
any further,
It's loud. It's very loud. It's almost like a battlefield.
yeah, Nora at this point is just basically yelling to get like over them.
She's using her battlefield commander voice
Yeah, essentially.
because love is a battlefield, and so is I.
And then Nora will just start rattling off all of essentially the military code that would be relevant for them being court-martialed for doing exactly this.
It seems you have cowed them back to their senses. Congratulations, Nora. You've stopped a riot.
Nora stopped a riot. Nora had a sword. She might have stabbed somebody.
Which
See,
probably would not stop the riot. So really, it's a good thing you didn't have a sword.
Exactly.
And you, and you think Philippe wouldn't know not to issue anyone their swords for today, specifically because Nora could stab someone, or anyone really. It could stab anyone else.
Sometimes you just have to give them correction, and correction might be them bleeding.
Okay, Tono.
That's what I was thinking about.
It seems like the crowd before you has begun to disperse. Hell of a way to end a concert, Jamie.
Yeah, it really changes the tone of things.
Nora's probably giving Courage the I had a bit more fun towards the end look.
She just smiles. Well, ma'am, did you like the concert?
I got my enjoyment out of it.
Well, I suppose that is a mission accomplished.
Oh, Kurt.
What about you, Jamie?
I mean, he had a blast of the concert up until the last, 5 minutes of it.
It's opposite.
You're a newly converted Micah head.
Apparently.
Oh, boy.
Tamika.
I can't wait for Nora to be, actively on the battlefield and fucking just hear the music over the microphone. Nora looking at the camera, please stop.
If you hear L pop in the Thunderbolt sector,
It means I'm coming.
Stop.
Especially with this kind of music anyways. And these fans. Anyhow, you all look
Listen.
around you. And Emet is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, my.
Emet, where are you?
that's a great question. While the rest of the group was sort of busy feeding the crowd with instrument stands and then sort of pulling them back into line, his line of thought was, I'd better go through the back and make sure that the mob can't get in. So what he would have done is just go through the door through the back and basically slid something into the handles, more or less.
You used to have the microphone stand or some such.
Yeah, like a microphone stand, or there's probably a 2x4 backstage somewhere.
Well, I'm more thinking there's various metal rods for the stands
Yeah.
to hold up guitars. That sort
Yeah,
of
just
thing.
something from backstage that he can just shove into the handle, into the handles, and make sure that it won't come open easily, at least.
You blitz your way through the opposite end of this place. And you throw it in there. Job well done. You can't imagine anyone getting through that. Now
That's not going anywhere. Sorry, I think I might have cut you off slightly.
No, I said now what?
I don't know. I didn't think this far ahead. What is it like back here? What's going on?
There's of course the technical aspect of it all. Backstage you do see some instruments, for example. Curtains, that sort of thing. Ready rooms, as you would understand them, but for music.
Green room.
No, pilot's ready room. Come on.
I think he's gonna start looking around for, I guess, people. I truly had no thoughts about what would happen at this point. So yeah, he's gonna start looking for people. Check if everybody's all right back here.
You say that, and the camera pans as you look around, very slowly across the breadth of the back room, backstage, and it passes over a woman in a frilly dress looking across, and then it suddenly shoots back to her, and there she is, like a deer in headlights.
How
Micah Mays.
how
Micah
how
Mitchells.
how bad is she panicking? Because it sounds like she's panicking.
No, it's a deer in headlights, completely still. The moment you turned around.
Hey, are you all right? He's gonna start like. I guess he starts moving. Like, how far away is he?
I'd say 6 to 8 paces.
Oh, okay, that's a lot closer than I thought. Yeah, he just sort of shifts his stance. Are you all right? Hello? I think at this point he's going to start moving a little bit closer because this is
That
slightly
you
concerning.
Huh?
He's going to start moving forward because this, total non-responsiveness is a little concerning.
As that happens, the movement seems to have jolted her out of whatever that was, and she takes a half step back.
Um, I came back here to try to make sure that I'm not with the people who were trying to get onto the stage. Even though I am back here, I are you all right?
As you say that, Emmett, without thinking, she just sort of immediately snaps back. Well, you certainly had to get up here somehow.
Yeah. Well, there's a few other people out there. I sort of like looks back toward the door, hearing the sounds of presumably violence. There's a few other people out there doing their best about the whole crowd situation. And I thought it would be a good idea to try to make sure no one got back here. Which sounds weird now that I say it out loud.
That's because it is weird. Oh, and you see her like click her tongue. Shit. Wait, no, you didn't hear that.
Okay. Sure. I didn't hear that. You're acting. I guess I can't say weird. Um. I guess it seems like everything is fine back here.
I'm acting weird.
Well, I mean, you're in a stressful situation and you're worried about your language? That's a little weird.
Just go.
I think at that point he's gonna like sort of try to like crack the door and peek back outside.
And all of you see Your friend Emet return.
Before he leaves, I think he will say, for what it's worth, this might not exactly be my thing, but well, you certainly are an impressive performer. Uh, you attract some weird fans, though.
Well, I aim to please.
And then he will go back out the front, I guess.
And the rest of you see the return of Emet.
Emmett, she yells over the crowd, I assume, that is still having a riot. Is everyone back there okay?
Yeah, I think so.
She smacks somebody upside the head with the microphone stand while he's talking.
Good work, Emet.
I mean, he probably wouldn't have come back out if the riot was still raging. I thought at this point that Nora
It's
would have
been
done her thing.
Calm down, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, violence.
Jeanne, maybe this whole war thing is bad. Also, Jeanne takes every opportunity when
Look,
presented
it's
to physically hit
calming
someone.
down. It's calming down, but there's still a few rowdy folks that you gotta smack upside the head. You know.
I think that as he steps away from the door and lets it fall closed, he will sort of shout back, "Well, it's clear out here, kind of." And then
Now what?
I don't know what he does next.
Emmett stands there awkwardly, unsure
Yeah,
what to do.
I guess he does.
All eyes turn to Nora.
How does the scene look now? Is it things being brought under control?
It seems to be under control. Although your ability to detain these guys is non-existent. You've stopped the riot.
Well, will have the MPs come yet? I would
No.
assume the MPs will be. Jesus Christ, these guys are slow. MPs.
It seems though, if you were to wait, by the time they get here, anyone else who definitely could be taken in and detained for jumping the stage has already left.
Okay. The real question is there anything else Nora can do? It seems like it's getting under control. I'm assuming we could just move on?
Yes.
Unless the only reason it's staying under control is because we're here.
It seems to be everything's under control. However,
All
this concert is prematurely over.
Yep. Nora would just look to them. It's time for us to return then.
Jean drops the microphone stand. I would say that was a eventful concert for my first.
Certainly was interesting.
Quite eventful for my fifth.
I could use a drink, Peter says.
Well, we're going to go to a bar. I'm going to return to the ship. I have things to think over. And Nora will make her way back.
That you do. And
I feel
oh,
I
yeah?
feel compelled just before we leave. I think Emmett's gonna peek backstage one more time. I don't
You
know why, but he is. It's just what he's doing.
you could certainly
No.
I'm not in
try.
control here anymore.
I have a question, Emmett.
Mm-hmm.
What's your stealth?
Zero.
Well, I bet. I really hope you have a high poise then.
Pretty decent actually. Dice out. Well, that's an idiotic time to roll 2 ones.
Oh! How many potential points is that?
That's my 8th. This
Wait,
is silly.
wait a minute. Hold on a goddamn second.
This is extremely silly.
That-
Dog, look at our aces. They're becoming aces after
I've suffered the blue team curse.
Hold on a goddamn second.
Wait, 8. God damn it. Ah.
I've
Oh,
rolled-
my.
I have a question.
Yeah, what is the question?
How many victories do you have?
Technically only 2. I've been in 2 battles. I've gotten 2 victories.
Understood. What is your ace rank?
My ace rank is currently 0.
Do you have the following bonuses or baggages? Horrible Shot, Pacifist, Butterfingers, Klutz, Co-Pilot, Yes Sir, or Average Joe?
No.
Do you have one of the following bonuses and baggages? Muscle Pilot, Ace in a Day, Duelist, Sniper's Eye, Here's How It's Done, Slight Edge, or Hyper Aggressive?
I have slight ed.
And I believe Youthful has an effect on this as well.
I believe so. Let me look at it real quick. Youthful.
It should be on your character sheet.
Yes, I just don't know if I recorded all of the +2 to potential tests.
Okay then. Courage has an ace rank of 3, which is a -3 for you. You get a +1 from Slight Edge and a +2 from Youthful, which means on a 3d6 you need to make a 7.
All right. That is a 2, a 2, and a 1.
That's 5. Please,
Dog, look at my.
Please reset your potential points to 0, and we will discuss how you want to spend that after the session.
Of all the ways this could have happened, this is one of them, I guess.
Like I said, dog, look at my aces.
And when you come back to the backstage, what are you looking for?
I don't know. I think that like he just wants to see the person who it was that was singing the song that he heard years ago. Like in every way, the little bit that he saw of her was not what he expected. I guess he's curious.
You see Micah Mitchells with a cuke on her stand, on the table next to her, sitting in a chair, vegging out.
Wow. Ain't she a beaut?
Puke is like Puke was that Sprite or Coke?
That's Coke. It's not a Coke, you see.
Definitely not a Coke.
Just how like Sprunk is not Sprite, as we all know. You sprunk it. And a Popsy is not a Pepsi.
Popsy man.
See, man. I cannot get distracted by Popsy Man.
Before you, the scene of Micah Mitchells vegging out on a fold-out chair. What do you think?
I think that I don't know. He doesn't know what to think of this. This is in every way not what he expected. But you know what? No, I know what he's come back here to do. And he is going to approach.
You see her head lull over, and she jolts up as you're back.
You sure you're doing all right?
What are you doing back here?
That's a really good question. I don't know. You know what? Sorry. This is stupid. This is dumb. He's gonna pull out the little MP3 player, the white one. This used to be my sister. This used to be my sister's. Should I wait for Frep to
Keep
come
going.
back?
This is the last scene.
This used to be my sister's, and well, she used to listen to you, I guess, back when you were just starting out. And she could have never imagined this, but I think if she were here, she would have wanted me to, I don't know, let you know that you've had fans for a while, I guess, even this far out. Does Emet have any idea where she's from? I've just been assuming like from Luna.
She's Venusian.
And I figured she'd want me to, I don't know, give it to you or something. So he will sort of place the MP3 player down on the table with a little clack.
And I presume you go to leave?
Yeah.
And the camera stays where it is as you leave Emet, and then changes to, her picking up the music player. And the last thing we see in this episode is her inspecting it. And on the back, what name is written?
The name is Abigail Leap.
And it rolls to credits, closing out this episode of Tension and Soul.